Right, good afternoon, Stratomatic fans. Little update here on this week in baseball, the week of July 17th. We finished off week 4 with 6 games. So, going to give a little recap of those 6 games and then give an overview of where the standings set after week 4. And then a little bonus feature today because it's the end of week 4. We're going to cover league leaders, little insights. League leaders through four rounds, which equates to 16 games. So, enjoy the video. The week starts with the Armadillos visiting the struggling Surge at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. Garrett Cole takes the mound for the team from Texas against Shane Bieber. Back-to-back errors by Nolan Arenado and Seth Brown lead to the first run of the game in the top of the third off a sacrifice fly by Justin Turner. The Armadillos tack on a second run off a solo blast by Josh Bell in the top half of the sixth. The game unravels in the bottom of the sixth, starting with Seth Brown chasing Cole with an RBI double to start the scoring, followed by an RBI single by C.J. Cron. After a K to Will Smith, J.P. Crawford adds a 2-run double, giving the Surge the 4-2 lead. In the eighth, after the Polar Bear is hit by a pitch, red-hot Seth Brown cracks a 2-run blast, extending the lead to 6-2 for the Surge. The Armadillos mount a rally in the ninth with an RBI double by Altuve, leading to the Surge to turn to their closer, Daniel Bard, with runners on second and third with 1 out and a 3-run lead. Bard walks Dansby Swanson, loading the bases, followed by a pinch-hit RBI ground out by Drury, making the game 6-4 with runners on the corners, 2 outs. The Armadillos pinch hit Rhys Hoskins, looking for some magic. I could pinch hit, and I will pinch hit Rhys Hoskins! Oh, baby! See if he can do it.
Buying beers for everybody in 600.
Justin Turner's on deck. First and third, 2 outs, clutch hitting. Down by 2. Homer would launch him in the lead. Here he goes, clutch hitting Rhys Hoskins. Come on, Rhys. 2-8! Ah, it's a hole! Oh, god damn it. They're right. The Surge hold on for the 6-4 win. The final game of the series pits lefty Blake Snell versus Miles Mikolas at Texas Stadium. In the top of the fifth, DJ LeMahieu cracks a single on a fly ball right field X off of Teoscar Hernandez. Later in the inning, LeMahieu scores off a throw from Teoscar from a double to right by Arenado, and the surge ahead 1-0. In the bottom of the fifth, the Armadillos have a pair of 2-run blasts, one by Brandon Drury and another by Jose Altuve, capturing the lead 4-1. They tack on a 5th run in the 7th with a bases-loaded walk to Hoskins. Seth Brown hits another home run, this one a solo shot in the 9th, but it proves too little too late as David Robinson shuts the door and seals the 5-2 victory for the Armadillos, giving them the 3-1 series win. The scene shifts to Williamsport, Pennsylvania for Max Scherzer and the Big Guava squad, visiting Marcus the Breadman Stroman and the power-hitting Lumber Kings. The Kings jump all over Scherzer, tiring him after just 5 batters, punctuated by a grand slam home run by Byron Buxton, followed by a 3-run blast in the second by Vlad Guerrero Jr. After the dust settles, the Lumber Kings are up 9-0 after 2. Big Guava avoids the shutout with an RBI single by Matt Chapman in the 8th, but their Lumber Kings dominate, taking a 3-0 series lead with a 9-1 victory. In the final game, a pitching duel breaks out in Tampa with Pablo Lopez versus Rich Hill. In the bottom of the third, Big Guava takes a 1-0 lead on an RBI single by Robbie for whom the bell tolls Grossman. Felix Bautista pitches 3 strong innings in relief, but does cough up a home run to make it a 1-1 game. Emmanuel Clase comes into relief in the 9th, and after coughing up 2 singles of his own, keeps the Kings scoreless and the game knotted at 1, entering the bottom of the 9th. Luis Harias Arias draws a walk to lead off the inning and is sacrificed to second by a Nito bunt. Pinch hitter Colton Wong hits a single chance to 5, putting the winning run 90 feet away with 1 out, and new addition Cesar Hernandez at the dish. First and third with 1 out. Winning run 90 feet away for Cesar Hernandez. Orders in. Cesar Hernandez. Trying to squeeze, get him home. He's a bunting of an A. Becomes a B. He's gonna do the suicide squeeze. Harry Ass isn't even looking back. He's going, he's breaking on the pitch. Not a safety, suicide squeeze. B. Walk. Cesar Hernandez up from the minors, squares. Harry Ass takes off. 3-5. I think that's gonna do it. Sack is good. Sack is good. With the squeeze play victory, Big Guava salvages the series finale and creates a 3-way tie in the American League between the Black Sox, Camp Lejeune, and the Lumber Kings, all at 10-6. The final 2 games of the week pair the NL leading 4 Horsemen versus Snowy Peaks. Martin Perez takes the mound in Colorado for the home team Snowy Peaks versus Christian Javier of the Horsemen. Javier dominates once again, giving up just 1 run in a complete game. The Horsemen score 9 runs, highlighted by a pair of 2-run home runs by Anthony Rizzo, and take the game 9-1. In the final game, Sonny Gray visits Framber Valdez in the Horsemen's home yard of Oakland. Yandy Diaz cranks a solo shot as the second batter of the game, staking Snowy Peaks an early 1-0 lead. Brendan Donovan returns the favor in the 5th with a solo shot of his own, tying the game at 1. In the top of the 6th, Snowy Peaks immediately answers with back-to-back singles by Diaz and Ramirez, followed by an RBI ground out by Bryce Harper. In the bottom of the 6th, touchdown Tommy Edmonds leads off with a triple, later scoring on an Adley Rutschman ground out and retying the game at 2. The game remains 2-2 into extra innings. In the 12th, the Horsemen turn to Montero in relief, who promptly walks the leadoff man Ramirez. Pinch runner Surrey steals second and scores on the RBI single by Jonathan Daza. Daza scores later in the inning on a 2-out double by a previously slumping Matt Olson, giving Snowy Peaks the insurance run and a 4-2 lead. Scott Effross comes on to close, and, though giving up a single to pinch-hitting Lourdes Gurriel, finishes the game, sealing the victory 4-2 and earning the series split. All right, taking a look at the standings at the end of 4 rounds. In the National League, the 4 Horsemen are 10-6 with a 1-game lead over Chowder. The Clowns are they're hanging in there, just 2 games back, but looks like it's kind of some separation, and the Surge and Big Guava really struggling at the bottom. Really exciting in the AL, we've got 3 teams tied at 10-6, a 3-way tie for first. Armadillos are hanging tough, 2 games back, and the Walleyes only 3 back, and Snowy Peaks really struggling there at 6-10. Like I said, at the end of round 4, we get a little league leaders, starting with the batters. You'll see average-wise, Aaron Judge, 414, absolutely crushing the ball. Surprise, I think, is Starling Marte, hitting 385, kind of the surprise. Also Crawford and Trey Turner up there, and is kind of a surprise. Freeman, not too much of a surprise, and Harris. Homers, Schwarbaum's 10 of them, though he didn't hit any the last couple games, so he's starting to cool off a little bit. Of course, Judge with 9. Cal Riley and Altuve having some pretty strong years. Triples, you've got Quan and Edmund, and then doubles, Josh Rojas, who's had a really strong year for the Lumber Kings. Pretty impressive. Stolen bases, always kind of fun to look at. Jorge Mateo with 6, mostly pinch runner. John Bertte with 5. But Realmuto and Judge, 4 and 3, getting a little bit of speed there. Of course, last but not least, we've got on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS. Just covering OPS, Judge, Schwarber, Altuve, Jordan Alvarez, and Correa. No surprises. Those guys are studs. Those are the five that you would expect. Altuve and Correa having some pretty good years, but all of them really top 2 round draft picks. All right, moving to the pitching side. You'll see all the pitching stats, and really no surprise. Verlander, Strider, and Javier are worth the press. They are studs. Urias having an outstanding year with a 0.49 whip. Just dominating. Bednar's up there, but he really only had one big game in relief, so that's a little bit of an anomaly. Wheeler having a pretty solid year. Alcantara getting the job done. Interesting on saves, Edwin Diaz leading the league in saves with 6. Always good to see that. And also there you've got Presley, Romano, Helsley, all the big guys you would expect to see. All right, that wraps up this week in baseball weekly notes for the summer league. It's been a blast. Continues to tighten up. 16 games in the books for each team, and 2 more rounds to go. 8 games to go. It's starting to get exciting. So, hope you enjoyed it, and feel free to leave comments. All right, have a great week.